X raised to power 6 is equal to 5 raised to power 6. Find x. What we need to do to begin this process is to transfer all of this to the left hand side. This will then give us x raised to power 6 minus 5 raised to power 6 is equal to 0. We can express this as x raised to power 3 raised to power 2. And we can also do the same for the second one, giving us 5 raised to power 3 raised to power 2 is equal to 0. This then appears to be a difference of two squares, but to make it clear, I will represent this with letter P and represent this with letter Q, giving us P squared minus Q squared is equal to 0. And by difference of two squares, this is P minus Q times P plus Q is equal to 0. And usually this means that either P minus Q is equal to 0 or P plus Q is equal to 0. Remember, P is x raised to power 3 and Q is 5 raised to power 3. What I mean is, if we bring those values back, we get P, which is x raised to power 3, then minus Q, which is 5 raised to power 3, is equal to 0, or x raised to power 3 plus 5 raised to power 3 is equal to 0. The first one is difference of two cubes, while the second one is addition of two cubes. I will handle both differently. I'll call this case 1, and I'll call this case 2. For case 1, a raised to power 3 minus b raised to power 3 is factorized as a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. If we use that to factorize this problem, this is going to give us x minus 3 minus 5, x raised to power 3 minus 5 raised to power 3 is equal to x minus 5, then x squared plus 5x plus 5 raised to power 2. Remember, this is equal to 0, so I'll equate this to 0. Therefore, x minus 5 into x squared plus 5x plus 5 squared here is 25 is equal to 0. This will mean that x minus 5 is equal to 0, or all of this, x squared plus 5x plus 25 is equal to 0. So here we also have two different cases, but this is easy. From the first one, we see x is equal to 5. So we call this x1. For the second one, we have a quadratic equation that we need to solve. So here, I need to compare this with the general quadratic formula equal to 0. And we see that a here is 1, b here is 5, and c is 25. The quadratic formula is x equal to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. We will substitute each of these values. into this equation. This will give us x is equal to minus, this will be 5 plus or minus 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 25 divided by 2 times 1. So x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus, this is 25 minus 4 times 25 divided by 2. So x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 is common here. And then we'll have 1 minus 4, then divided by 2. So x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus square root of 25 times negative 3 divided by 2. Can separate this radical. So x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus. So we have square root of 25, then times square root of negative 3 divided by 2. X is going to be minus 5 plus or minus, this will be 5, then root 3i divided by 2. Since we already got x1 and now we have another solution, because of this plus or minus, we're going to have two solutions in one. So I'm going to call this x2 comma 3. So in this we have two complex solutions. So we will now go back to case 2. For case 2, we have x raised to power 3 plus 5 raised to power 3 is equal to 0. And by factorization, we said this will give us x plus 5 into x squared minus 5x plus 5 squared is equal to 0. This implies that x plus 5 is equal to 0, or x squared minus 5x plus this will be 25 is equal to 0. So from this first one, we can see x is equal to negative 5. This will be our fourth solution. So from here, x squared minus 5x plus 25 equals to 0. A is 1, B is negative 5, and C is 25. I'm going to substitute that into the quadratic formula. So x is going to be minus 5 plus or minus the square root of minus 5 squared, then minus 4 times A times C, C being 25, then divided by 2a, which will be 2 times 1, which is 2. So let's tidy this up. This gives us x is equal to, this will be 5, then plus or minus, this will be 25, minus, this will be 100, then divided by 2. So x is equal to 5 plus or minus, this will be square root of negative 75 divided by 2. So x is equal to 5 plus or minus, this is square root of 25 times negative 3 divided by 2. And then we get x is equal to 5 plus or minus, this will be 5. From what we did earlier, this will be 5 roots 3i over 2, which also leads to a different two sets of, which also leads to two different complex solutions. So I'll call this x5 and x6. So our x1 was 5 and x4 was negative 5. x2 and x3 were 5 minus 5 plus or minus 5 roots 3i over 2. And then we have our x5 comma x6 here. 5 plus or minus 5 root 3i over 2. So all of this are the 6 solutions to this problem. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and share and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Bye and see you in my next video.